The motivation for this class was this frustration that I had with a certain take on misinformation and democracy, which is something along the lines of, we had a perfectly functioning democracy and a bunch of rational citizens just rationally deliberating with each other, and then suddenly Facebook came and everything just went downhill from there. And of course, anyone who read some history or history of political thought knows that these problems and these questions are not new. They have a long, long history. And even if, of course, we are dealing with unique challenges today, it doesn't mean that the questions themselves and the problems and the issues themselves are new. And so the question is, well, what can we make of this history, and how can we work with this history when we're struggling with our own problems? Now, of course, I don't think that Plato can give us answers to how to regulate Facebook or how to regulate online speech. He was dealing with his own problems for his own time. But I think that there is something of value for us to learn from the way that he dealt with questions of belief polarization and of lying in politics and of truth in politics and these sort of things. But in order for us to get this value, we have to read Plato on his own term. We cannot try to mine Plato for answers to our own problem, we should situate him within his context and try to understand, to try to unpack how his work responded to real issues and real political problems at his own time. And this is how I encourage my students to approach these texts. I don't want them to exercise that what will Plato say. That's not the exercise that I want them to get. I want them to get is, how might this argument that he's making, how might this question that he's raising correspond to real political problems and concerns that he had for his own time? And what can we learn from the way that he dealt with that question? And what can we learn from it today?